welcome to Reviews with Love, Christmas edition. So let's get right into the Lifetime movie, Saying Yes to Christmas. This one I actually liked as well. It had my emotions going up and down, I will say. Because in the beginning, let me say who's in it first. So this one's got Erica Prevost playing June and Romaine Waite playing Blake. Alright, so now into it. So June is, she works in publishing. She's an associate editor, so she's not quite there, and her boss keeps kind of telling her, well, if you do this, then maybe you'll be this next editor and all this stuff. So one of the big things that the boss just mentioned was there's this writer, children's book author, and she is going to be in the town that June is going back home to for the holidays, where she grew up. So she gives June the assignment that, well, while you're there, I need you to get this author to sign with our company, a book deal with our company. And June is all like, mission, yes. It's been a while since she's actually been home for the holidays because she's always working, she's always busy, always focused on the career, because of her boss is always having her doing different types of things. So she actually makes it home this time. She goes home and her parents are all surprised but happy. Oh wow, you're home. And she's like, yeah, but I've got to work, so I can't really do anything with you guys. That's really why I'm here, is to work. So her parents we wish you could, spend a little bit more time with us, but we understand that you have to work because you're trying to become an editor with this company. So she's like, okay, great. So she ends up running into one of her old, it's not really like they were friends, but they grew up together, and they did hang out quite a bit because he used to tease her a lot. Apparently it was because he really liked her, but she didn't catch on to that. She just never really saw him as someone that actually liked her. So she was oblivious to his feelings about her, or to her, whatever. So, yeah. So, this is Blake. He comes in and they're spending time together. And she's like, well, I've got to work. I won't be able to do all those things. And he's like, well, if we, let's bet on it. Like, let's play this game. If I win, you have to do all the holiday events, celebration, all that stuff. And she's like, okay, fine. Well, if I win, you have to wear like an elf costume to everything. And she ends up winning, but when she leaves, Blake makes this wish that I wish June will say yes to everything, like this Christmas, to participating in everything this Christmas. And he walks away, and it turns out, boom, magical wish, it comes true. So now June, even though like people are asking her, hey June, will you be coming to the Christmas toast? I don't know, but will you be coming to the celebration? And she wants to say, she's like, oh no, I definitely would, or something like that. She wants to say no, but she can't seem to say no. So it's almost like she's forced to say yes. So it always turns to a yes. So she's saying yes to everything, and she's like, I don't know what's going on. And this is the part that really pissed me off, because she actually confides in her family and even Blake or whatever, and says, look, I wanted to say no, but I felt like I was being forced to say yes. Like I just physically couldn't say no. And then they all take somewhat like offense to it and get all defensive, and it's like, oh well, you didn't have to say yes, like no one's forcing you to do. And she's like, no, that's not it, I just physically couldn't say no. I wanted to say no, but I couldn't say no. I had to say yes. But they didn't understand, and it kind of pissed me off, because then they all went right into asking her, well, are you going to come to this? Are you going to come to that? And I'm like, if someone just literally told you, they can't seem to say no, even though they want to say no, and they feel like they're forced to say yes, that is probably not the time to start asking them a bunch of questions, like to come, inviting them to places that they literally just said they can't say no to and want to say no. I don't know. To me, that really ticked me off. Like, come on. But I get that's the whole premise of the movie, so there wouldn't be a movie if they understood, I suppose. But but yeah, so that's the main premise of it, that this whole time she's having to say yes and participate in all these events, and eventually, you know, she realizes she's actually saying yes because it's something that she actually wants to do, and she's not being forced anymore to say yes. And it was interfering with her job, trying to spend time with the author, because she had to keep missing it because people were inviting her to different things. So that was that one, and I will say I did like it though. It was still good. I said I went through all the emotions. I started off pissed off, but then eventually I was like, yeah, it's not bad. There was a blow up, but I think it was a decent type of blow. It wasn't like anything out of the blue, out of nowhere. It was that there was, okay, so Blake gets upset with June because obviously she's not going to be able to make something she had said she would and really wanted to, but I felt like he should have been a bit more understanding the fact that it had to do with her job and her boss was the one requiring her to go there, and it's like at this particular time, this is her job. What do you want her to do? You know, she can't, but he somewhat made it seem like even if you know this is not something someone should be doing, you can't force them to just completely end their livelihood like that and come to what you're wanting them to come to, because it means that, oh, they're choosing themselves or something. I don't know. So there was a bit of a mix of that part for me, but nonetheless, it wasn't a terrible blow up, like, where did this come from? But it was understandable. She got a little pissed off at him, and it's like, yeah, well, you know what? You're not so great yourself when you do this, and da-da-da. You should watch it for yourself. Still good. I liked all the culture they incorporated, Japanese culture they incorporated with it. I wanted to take part in some of those events myself. So food, different things. I was like, ooh, I really want some of this. But nonetheless, their chemistry was fire. Really good, really good. I liked it. I was into their romance that was sparking and all this stuff. So, and the guy that plays Blake, Romaine, he's funny. He's funny and has a great personality, and I liked his aura that he was giving off in the movie. So I think, yeah, they had really good chemistry with each other. So yeah, that one is Saying Yes to Christmas. Lifetime. Do check that out for yourselves. It was really good. I couldn't see it. Well, I couldn't see any of it, but I definitely enjoyed listening to what they were saying, and I could still feel the emotions and just all goodness. So yes, look at that for yourselves. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and yeah, thank you again for listening. See you next time. God bless. Bye.